Okay, so my package, before I do an eBay unboxing with you guys, went on a total hiatus, and it was shipped out with USPS. And so it started in Rutland, Vermont, right? Getting closer and closer to New York, right? It's going towards New York, the Northeast. Then it goes to Massachusetts. Then it goes to Massachusetts, 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 Massachusetts. And yeah, try saying that 5 times or 10 times fast. Then it gets to New Jersey. Okay, next state over. It's almost to New York. Hurrah! And so New Jersey, New Jersey. And then this happens. And it went all the way south to the south. So it went all the way up from New Jersey, the next state over, to South Carolina. And then I almost crapped my pants. I contacted the seller and said, "What is going on? I think I'm not going to get my package." And then he said, "Don't worry. I can't understand what is going on." Well, it ended up being delivered today. Went through a couple of facilities through New York, and you can see this thing goes up and up and up and up. And there we go. All right. So let's open up what I almost didn't get and see what we got here. So, being a collector of antiques, you become somebody who has absolutely no shame. The squeaky wheel gets the oil, and sometimes asking doesn't hurt. So, this thing was listed for $125. I made the seller, he had a make an offer button. I made the seller an offer of $35. Yes, I know that's ridiculous. And he came back at me, believe it or not, at $75. And I went back at him at $50, and he accepted, which was really insane because, you know, I mean, that was like a really low blow offer. A lot of sellers hate low blow, a low blow, low ball, low ball offers, and I can't blame them. I was a seller too at one time, and I got a lot of low ball offers. For example, if I was selling something for $500, I would get an offer of $100, and I was never nasty though to the people. I'd be like, "Look, I'm sorry, I can't do that. You know, if you'd like it, I could take $50 off. I could take $75 off, but I can't, do that." And this seller actually was kind enough to accept my lowball offer. I figure if I send enough lowball offers, which I send at least 10 a day, at least one person, I mean, there's always that one person that will say yes to it. And that's how my actual success, that's where my success comes from, sending the low ball offers. If you send enough of them, at least one person will say yes. All right, so let's get this open. And let me stop yammering because all I do is talk. I'm like a horribly broken chatty Cathy doll who never shuts the hell up. And most of you are thinking in your head, just get to the point already, you idiot. Open up the damn thing and just show us what you got. But no, I have to drag this out because I have no friends. I'm pretty lonely. And I just like to talk because I pretend that there's an audience actually in my kitchen and talk, listening to me and all my friends. And yeah, I'm pretty much a loser. All right, so what do we have here? What do we have here? Let's check it out. So antiques, right? If you don't know what you have, it's very, very, very hard to figure out. But what you have to do is be a detective. You have to be an antiques detective to find out what you may have. And so, okay, here are the clues. Let's check it out. And we're going to go down the Google rabbit hole. And I always call it the Google rabbit hole. So if you look close, you see a chariot and you see what looks like a Roman soldier. And then you turn it to the side and you see a Napoleonic eagle. And yeah, I had to Google that. What kind of eagle had a crown like that? And it was the Napoleonic eagle. And then you turn it around to the back, and I could do it without my gloves getting caught on it. Okay, there we go. Okay, and on the back, we have two torches with flowers in it, and a lady standing there with a peacock. My guess is that's supposed to be Cleopatra. Very interesting. And then if you turn it to the side again, you have the Napoleonic eagle. Now you have the top, and the top has a Napoleonic eagle in the center with two like angels or muses to the left and the right. And so I did a little Googling and I found out that this is considered French Empire. And French Empire was from around the time of Napoleon's reign. And but does that mean that this was from the time of Napoleon's reign? That is the question. So we have a hinged box. You could see the construction. The bottom is has a panel of glass surrounded by what appears to be bronze or some kind of heavy duty brass that's made to look golden. Okay. And I believe they call that ormolu, like gold ormolu or gold doré. And so we know we have something that's French. And then you lift it up and it turns into a box, a beautiful box. And it's quite lovely. And let's look down at the glass. So we know that a French glassmaker had made this. And who was the French glassmaker? That is the question. And there's quite a few that made pieces like this. One by the name of Baccarat, who made really luxury glass items in crystal. Another one by the name of St. Louis in France, who made also luxury French glass. And another company by the name of, well, there was loads of them actually. I believe I'm pronouncing it incorrectly, but Lalique or Lalique. And so when was this made? That is the question. Now there was revivals of French Empire during the Victorian and the early 20th centuries. So we know that this probably would go up to the 20s. From the mid 1800s, Napoleon the Third's reign, which was the actual Emperor Napoleon's nephew, from 1850 to the 1870s, and then there was another revival again in the early 20th century, around the teens to about the 20s. So let's go down the Google rabbit hole and find out what we may have here. And this for $50 was a great buy. Okay, afterthought. Okay, so as I'm thinking about this box and about to go down the Google rabbit hole, I'm like, wait, why would that be Cleopatra if it could possibly be none other than Josephine, the Empress Josephine, which was married to Napoleon? Let's see, did she have a pet peacock? Let's find out. Okay, so the Roman soldier who I thought was riding a chariot on the front was none other than actually Napoleon, because it says here Napoleon's chariot, 1813 to 1814. So apparently he had a chariot. Okay, so the more I look at this is Empress Josephine and an orangutan. Apparently she had exotic animals. So that explains the peacock. I went to the original seller's listing. And again, you see I paid $50 for it, which was actually a really good bargain. So we're going to click on the picture. All right. And if you see smoke willowing past my screen, it's my cigarette. I know. Stop smoking, you idiot. Okay, so we're going to right click and then search image with Google Lens. And so let's do that. And sometimes you'll actually find out what you have just by doing that. And so your picture shows up, and then beneath it, a bunch of other things show up. And here we go. And stupid notifications are popping up, but it doesn't always work. It's not always foolproof, but you may get, some kind of information that way. All right, so since this doesn't work, now we go to part 2. So using the clues you have, you know it's French because you saw the Napoleonic eagle once you Googled that. You can start to figure out what you may have. So you would type in antique French gilt glass box and get some ideas. So you're going to start to see things that actually look similar. So here we have a 19th century antique French Baccarat glass jewel box. And let's check that out. So we'll click on that and we'll get an idea. Okay. So we have an antique, 19th century antique gilt bronze mount cut glass jewel box made by Baccarat. And Baccarat, like I told you earlier, was known to put these beautiful like Roman type of muses with gold gilding. And you see like beautiful styles like that. So then what you're going to do is you're going to continue to look. You're going to continue to figure out antique French gilt brass inkwell. Then you're going to see a vase. And then you're going to start to realize, wait a minute, I think I know what I have here. And so you're going to go through each and every one of these pictures and look until you find something very similar to yours. Voila, here we go. You're starting to see more and more items that are similar. And so you look and you see large Napoleon III ormolu mounted bronze box. And then you see another one. And then you go down and you see console bowls, French Empire. And then you say, oh, there we go. We got a style, French Empire, Napoleon III era. And then you start to realize what you have, and that's how you can figure out if you're going to flip and sell things on eBay. Just for the heck of it, here's another box similar. What do these sell for? Let's see, this one out of stock. Let's see if we got a price. Now, this one is way more spectacular than what I have, much bigger, but you can get an idea, okay? So someone paid $1,806.15 for that. then you can see the asking prices as well. And here's another Ormolu glass French Empire box being sold for 2,432 Canadian dollars. And then, you just keep looking and you say, wow, this is quite interesting. And that's how you could figure out what you may have. And that solves the mystery. So now we know we have a French Empire era, Napoleon III, which was his nephew, circa 1850s to the 1870s. It does not look like a newer 1920s revival piece, that's for sure. You could see the age on it, and it was made with better quality. Now, the ones from the 20s would have been made with regular brass. The more I look at my box, it's made out of bronze. And so they made vases. Here we go, more French Empire cut crystal. This is a console bowl. Then you see different colored glass. And this one is green with the mousse on it right there. Very, very pretty. French, antique French ormolu acid etched. You see very, very, very many more pieces. You're going to find things that are going to help you to actually figure out what you may have and what value your item may be at. So I hope this video was informative and helped you. Here's another similar box. You see the chariot on the top. Very, very pretty. Value-wise, I'm going to guess on my box about $200 to $400. Probably no more than that. Since it's small, the smaller they are, the less valuable they are. Of course, you click on a picture of something and it takes you to other things. That always happens. I hate that. But now you get an idea of what you may have, and that's how you do searches, and you don't have to pay people like Dr. Lori. Here we go. I found boxes like mine. You don't have to pay people like Dr. Lori for an evaluation. You don't have to watch her channel, but watch mine, by the way. Here's a price guide of $600 to $1,200 for one of these boxes. And another one, $600 to $1,250. But these are probably like a little bigger than mine. Actually, let's see. And actually, 4.3 inches by 1.6 by 3 inches. It's just slightly bigger than mine. And so now we know that my item's worth between $600 to $1,250. But that is asking price. If you want to flip it quick on eBay, well, that guy flipped it for only $50. He thought that it was Italian, because he did not do his research like we just did. So he wrote antique Italian brass and glass trinket box, eagles, angels, and gladiators. Now we find out that the gladiator is not a gladiator at all. It's actually Napoleon. He did not look up the eagle. He did not type eagle and crown symbol. He would have found out that it was a Napoleon, like a symbol. And he would have realized that then it was French. He did not check out the Josephine on the back, again with the peacock. Now we know Josephine collected exotic animals. And I hope you learned something from another one of my videos, and you have a great day. And we enjoyed ourselves going down the Google rabbit hole researching this.